Now we give a warm welcome to Danica Purg from CEEMAN, President of CEEMAN and President of the IEDC Led School of Management, and also member of our International Advisory Board of Ed.
Thank you. I'm very proud to be invited here. I'm very sorry I'm now between lunch and you, and I shall try to do it as short as possible. Although CEEMAN is my life project, and it's very difficult to make it in some minutes. But I shall do my best. I can also tell you that as we are expecting at international conferences, when you are coming to us to know English, and I'm sure you do, the same, I started to learn Spanish some time ago, but it doesn't go yet so well. So I shall stick to my English. This is Lake of Bled, where my school is established, and it was the oldest Bled School of Management. It's the oldest management school in Central and Eastern Europe. I was establishing it 28 years ago, and going around the world, I saw that I'm nobody. Because, you know, to come from a small country, to come from a socialist country in that time, to be a woman, additionally, it was really not, it was really not easy. So I decided already then. So after me, it was a Hungarian business school 1 year later, and then 3 years later some other schools, and 5 years later the first Russian school appeared. And then I said to myself, and I became a first member of EFMD board, and there I was meeting my friend Jorge Talavera. We know each other for more than 20 years. And I was in the steering committee for EQUUA accreditation. We were very much doubting, shall we make it or not, and how, etc. And later I was pretty disappointed with the outcome of that. And I was pretty disappointed of the behavior of Western Europeans and Americans with, you know, how they were dealing with us who were only starting with management education. Although I believe that we had a big advantage, which we still should give, and that is that we don't need to unlearn because we started from scratch. This is our big, big advantage. And why I'm here today? Not only because I was invited and impressed by young Talavera, but also because I see more and more how we are similar, how we are kissing each other when we meet, how we are, creating a nice atmosphere at the conferences, how we respect each other, how we are in the development, economic development, very similar, etc. So I am sure that we have similar issues to resolve, and that being together, we could do much more. That is the reason that I left. Today I had to be in Belarus, where there's a big conference, and they did it because I said that I'm free on 20 and 21st of November, and they did it just today and tomorrow. But when I got this invitation, I was sending my friends from other countries there, and I came here. A long trip. I was 25 hours on the road. But I'm happy to be here with you today. So, I was, as I said, seeing that Russians were primarily looking to Americans. We in Central Europe, we were primarily looking what Germans are doing, what French and English, etc. We were more looking to Western Europe, and so we were really only copying in the beginning other business schools. And then one day there was a big conference, and I was calling together 13 deans of Eastern Central Europe, and I said, why don't we establish the association CEEMAN? They are teasing me, and they say it should be C-Woman. But it is CEEMAN, Central and East European Management Development Association. So 13 Business School in 1993 decided to, like you today, decide, but this is much better prepared, I have to say, this event here, than what I did with these 13 deans. And I had to convince them to cooperate, because I said we should cooperate, we should communicate, we should go together, you know, as one team. And the Russians didn't want to hear about cooperation. They said, we prefer to go to Brussels and Paris. Polish, they said, we had enough of Russians. We were in Comecon so many years, suffering, etc. You know? So it was very difficult to bring this group together. I think that this was, you know, really my biggest achievement in my life. I think it was to bring these people together and to convince them that we should cooperate and to plant the seed of self-confidence. You know, we started to believe in us. And that was, I think, the biggest achievement one could do. So today, we have over, when I say over, we have every day another member. So when I made these slides, were 54 countries, we are now 55 countries representing, and we are 220 members have. And I shall tell you a little bit what we are doing. Okay, thank you. It's very sophisticated. You see, here we are, the light blue. This is very funny. You know, when I come to USA, nothing works concerning technology. When you come to less developed part of the world, everything is modern and functional. I tell you. So this light blue is CEEMAN and CEEMAN network. And here are the countries. You can see these 54 countries here. We have half of our membership comes now from Western Europe. Half of 1/3 from Central and Eastern Europe. We still stick to the name CEEMAN, although this becomes a global association. We have conference. We organize our conference in different parts of the world. We had 3 years ago, a conference in South Africa. We are now going to Kazakhstan, and I'm cordially inviting you to come to Kazakhstan for a conference on September 23rd. We always have conferences in the last week of September. And we go to Kazakhstan because this is big as all Western Europe. It's an important country. And Azil Bey Kojakhmetov, he was one of these 13 schools that we established at CEEMAN together. You know? So, what is our value platform? One day we met in Netherlands, the board. In the board we have also South African, and we have in the board also a person from Singapore. So next one should be from Latin America. So we were working one day together and talking about our value platform. And we said this is respect for culture and values and from diversity. Because that is just our biggest quality. We are so many different countries bringing together. Creativity and innovation. When we have accreditation, we look not how many chairs and books and professors we have, but we are looking what is the output. We are looking what we are changing. What is changing in the environment because of us? How do we impact? What is education with impact? And how innovative the school is. And when the colleague he is teaching in Tobago and Trinidad, I understood, I forgot now his name, the first speaker, he was sitting next to me there, when he was talking about market and about into how many multinationals you are serving. I can tell you I'm from one of the smallest countries in the world. I'm having a small boutique school, but we are having top leaders of British aerospace. We were last year invited to make a seminar for them in Rio de Janeiro, so for the first time out of Europe. Today our biggest market is Austria, and then second Russia, and then the third Croatia. and the fourth Slovenia, etc. So, you know why? Because of innovations. Because we are daring. We are going to, today I heard that my colleague is competing with ESA and with Vienna University, etc. in Austria. Just today we are competing again at the big tender. So the big schools and the old schools are risk averse. They are not really daring to innovate, and we do. So here is our courage and our enthusiasm. And what I said, we don't need to unlearn, we are learning together with business. So we are also in CEEMAN, if I return to CEEMAN, promoting context and environment-driven mission, result achieved and impact made, that I said already. So we are organizing international conferences, we have educational programs for deans, faculty, etc. We have more than 1,000 deans coming, the same deans coming sometimes to different courses like how to market business school, how to manage business school, etc. And we are having international quality accreditation is EQUAA, and you have EQUAA. Here we are promoting responsible management education. CEEMAN schools from 100 prime schools, 20 first schools were CEEMAN schools who were signing them. We have case writing competitions, we are educational materials development, organizing research and publications, and we are giving CEEMAN champion awards. So you can see that all that is oriented in improvement, like EQUAA. We would like with our accreditation, with our courses, with everything what we do, we would like to lift up our business schools, our members, and for a reasonable price. We have also, like EFMD, this deans to deans advising, but we do it free of charge. This is our service. For 1,500 euros membership, we are doing hundreds of activities, and we are not looking only to get money, you know. And we do that with very small group of people. So we have faculty development. This is our main project, IMTA, International Management Teachers Academy. This is every June taking place in Bled in Slovenia. First week, this is like ITP, International Teachers Program. Only ITP is costing 11,000 euros, and we are charging 3,000 euros for our members. That's the big difference. But the quality of that first week is methodology of teaching, and second week it's people go in small groups of 5 to 10 people, and they are 1 week learning how to become better teacher, better professor of leadership, better professor of marketing, better professor of strategy, etc. We are asking, what do you like to learn? And then we are making these tracks. And now we make for the first, this is all in English, but we are now this year making next to English still parallel Russian track in the Russian language. And perhaps one day we make one track together with you in Spanish language. We would be very happy to share our knowledge and etc. That's why I'm here, to share and to learn from you. Operational excellence, we are doing that in the program management seminar. We are every year in March inviting, and they come from all over the world. You can see 250 participants from 40 countries, mostly ladies, because they are organizing the seminars, and how to reach the excellency in program management. This is, and how to market. What can program managers do also concerning marketing, concerning the facilities, concerning the kindness to clients, etc., etc. I think that this is a great program. They even come from South Africa for such a program, so it must be good enough. And then we have deans and directors meeting. We have annual meeting. We have, this is in the 23rd conference. We are, because people come from very far, so we make all these events together. We have a dean's meeting 1 day and a half. We have a conference 1 day and a half. We have accreditation seminar 2 hours. We have the individual deans to deans advisory meeting, etc. And we are also there, and that is the next one, is on 23rd, 24th, 25th of September in Almaty in Kazakhstan, the next one. And so we have also case writing competition together with Emerald. Then we have, this is a beautiful award. We give award for research. We give awards for teaching, we give awards for the best deans, and we give awards for responsible management education. That we always every year do in September in these events. And nomination, so you should nominate some project from your continent, for not somebody, but some more people, because we would be very proud to give this award. So, CEEMAN research, I don't know that I don't have too much time, so we also do research, and we believe in applied research and in international comparative research. One of the biggest results last year was the hidden champion research in Central Europe and Eastern Europe and Turkey. We had 185 companies we were researching, the most innovative companies, and we were publishing the book at Springer about this. And we are now talking with Africans to make something like that in Africa. I don't know, you probably do something similar here on this continent. Perhaps we could then publish a book together about all the world in this field, innovation of companies. In Prime, we are very active in Prime. I shall skip this. But we published a book on poverty as a challenge of management education. We were hosting the Prime conference, Prime Summit in Slovenia, etc. And we believe, and you can't get CEEMAN accreditation if you are not having ethics and sustainable development as a part of your required curriculum, not as something voluntary. But we are really insisting on that. This is very important. We are looking for standards of excellence locally and globally. That is very important. It's not only because you see, EQUIS, for instance, if you are not international, you can't get this accreditation. But if you go to Russia, and where there are 120 million inhabitants, and they all speak Russian. And being international in Russia is, they have 20 countries there, and more than they had been, in that Russian imperium before. So, they all speak their own languages. Of course, they were lucky, they all learned also Russian. But today, they don't want anymore. So they have in Kazakhstan their own language, in Uzbekistan their own language, in Azerbaijan their own language, etc. So in fact, if you come there, you are international, and still you are speaking Russian, as the common language there. So it's very stupid, and like in your continent, everybody speaks Spanish. So it's different understanding of what is international. So we are not insisting on some of these criteria, but trying to understand the local needs and the local environment and the local context. And so we have today 20 business schools to accredited, and there are now 20 schools in pipeline for that, and we are putting, as I said already, very strong accent on innovations, on ethics, on understanding the local context. What are you capable to do with the means you have for the excellence? And if you look the schools in different countries, they have different also, how shall I say, challenges. They are not all the challenges in the world the same. But I understood you were talking a lot about that today here, so I don't need to repeat. We understand each other. That's why we like to be together. So we are having auditing in our accreditation, but with more emphasis on the advisory dimension of accreditation, like I saw in your accreditation. Emphasis on alignment between vision and strategy in the local and regional environmental context. emphasis on learning process in relation to learning content, on research-based teaching in addition to research productivity, and again, research that makes richer your teaching, and that you can use it there in your outputs. And of course, evidence of strategic focus is important, commitment to principles of responsible management education that I already, responsible management that I mentioned already, long-term financial viability, then you know that it's tuned in rapidly changing business, global business environment, and that you are honest what you are communicating to people about. So I'm very happy that I'm the EQUAA International Advisory Board. I think that we can really cooperate in exchange of the evaluators, of the peer review committee, because I think that there we have quite a lot of experience, and since we have similar visions and goals, we could do a lot, we could learn a lot. I would like that we are really participating in conference and other events together, and if you promise that you will also have CLADEA conference in Chile next year, or in English language, or in translation, because we also have, sometimes when we see that we have a lot of some people from another language group, we are making a simultaneous translation. So do it, please, because then I promise to bring you at least another 20 countries from Europe and from our membership group, and then you will really have a great international conference. And also in Kazakhstan this year, we have for the first time also a panel on Latin American education, management education. So you are invited to come and to also, I'm looking for speakers among you. And I believe that we could really market each other, create a common module, and can you EQUAA model, and you can really, I hope you can imagine what a global strength that would give, and how proud we would be, and how happy we would be to do something, to create something new and something great together, where we would recognize ourselves in that venture. So thank you very much, and you are welcome.